What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to On the Warpath. And you know it's Wednesday and or Thursday sometimes, but we do chain of command here. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out. We greatly appreciate it here because we talk that damn dirty team from up there in Washington. It represents Washington up in Maryland, but we don't know. We do know we have a new quarterback here, Carson Wentz, coming in here, and this was not planned. This was not planned to talk about this because we always have a guest on here. But I bring a man who pretty much is in Ashburn, I think, about 3 times a week, and he knows what's going on. I think he'd have seen the blueprints to the draft and everything, and I think he may have called Carson Wentz here. But I bring on a good friend of mine, Prince William County legend himself, Rio Robinson. Rio, what's up, my brother?
Commander Corey, what's going on? Checking in for duty, man. This team has a stranglehold on us, man.
Dude, man, they definitely need to put you on payroll, and they need to put you. They got to put Juan Gotti, Pedro, all you brothers on payroll because anytime anything goes on, and then the rest of us, we come in here with our banter. But bro, I had a list of things I want to talk to you about, and we'll get into it a little bit later. But by God, when all else fails, we had sopped up our tears, and I was literally drinking tears of fans who thought Russell Wilson was going to come here. We knew it was a pipe dream to begin with because of Mrs.
I was dreaming.
Yeah, right. Because of Mrs. Goodies herself. But we got 1-2 stepped, and then we got Wentz today. And mine is similar. I was listening to you on Juan talk about, you said Tay had messaged you all. I was sitting there watching Colin Cowherd. We were sitting there watching Syracuse, and we had Colin Cowherd on the other thing during lunch. Thank God the plus 118 on the Orangeman. That made a good lunch for Corey. But I look at my phone, and they said, Indianapolis Colts have agreed to trade Carson Wentz to, and all I saw was WAS. And I said, no. I said, this ain't it. This ain't it. I looked, and my buddy went to the bathroom. My other buddy was like, he said, you're effing. He said, what? He said, no. I said, yeah. Called Toothpick, called Paulie. They were in shock. I thought Paulie was going to crash his tow truck for what he was doing, man. But when you saw an instant reaction, what did you think when they said Carson Wentz is going to be in the burgundy and gold and lead the rebrand of 2022 for the burgundy and gold?
I mean, after a day of like trying to get my feelings back in order after Russell Wilson decided he didn't want us, remember when Will Smith was crying in Fresh Prince, like, why don't my dad want me? Why don't he want me? That's us right now. That's us crying in the club right now because nobody wants us. So after Rodgers and Wilson got situated, Watson probably don't want us either, so we didn't even bother with that. We decided to pivot to realistic options. And considering that nobody wants to come to Washington, we said, we're not going to wait for this guy to get cut. We're just going to trade a couple mid-round picks and go secure him because we're not sure anyone's going to come play for Daniel Dweeb's football team. So you know what I'm saying? We made it happen. He's a capable quarterback. Is he the greatest quarterback in the world? No, but he's 29. He's 6'5", 237 pounds. He has the arm to make all the throws, and his good looks great. It's just his bad looks terrible. We need to get more even play out of him. He's a significant upgrade from the Beer Man XFL journeyman that's currently on the roster, and I will say that with my chest.
He says it with his chest there. Yes, I thought about it, and I likened it to The Simpsons, right? They say Bart and Lisa, they were just like, man. That's why I felt. I was like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not excited about it because I've seen Carson Wentz. I know he's 16-9 against NFC East opponents where he dominated mostly against he was lighting us up. So I sit there and was like, the more and more you think about it, I don't have any problem. The only thing I have a problem with Carson Wentz is his durability, which over the last couple of years, he's kind of solved that. He missed what was it? He missed 5 games back in 2020, but he played 16 in 2019, 12 in 2020, and they played all 17 games last year for the Colts. So he may have gotten the durability stuff, knock on wood, solved. This is where it kind of blows my mind, and I go to the cranium area. The dude is probably one of the is very mentally soft.
Sensitive.
And sensitive. That too. He is very sensitive. And rightfully so, though. They built a statue. He was supposed to be the man that saved Philadelphia. Nick Foles did it. They built a statue to him and Dougie P. And it seemed like everything from that, almost being an MVP, he still could have been the MVP at that point, even though he didn't finish the season. He had the numbers that could have been done.
He should have wanted that year.
Yeah, he should have. But Brady won it because Brady finished out the season. That was really the only argument. So I sit there and I'm like, it's not his durability anymore. It's not his ability. It's where his headspace is.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, they did a slam piece in The Athletic, the beat writer for the Colts on The Athletic. He said, well, he wasn't taking critical coaching well. He would play reckless at times. Damn it, this was his offensive coordinator in Philadelphia.
I know.
So, I mean, when you see that, does that bring up the red flag to you? Is it more of the headspace, or is it more just maybe he was in a bad situation? He knew he was a 1-year rental.
The way I look at it, the way I'll try to justify it, it probably doesn't make sense, but I'm sitting here like, yo, if I could have the moral compass to actually go after a Deshaun Watson, I can deal with a sensitive head case quarterback that has potential as well that we can realistically attain. So off that line of thinking, like, it's not a good look when the one person that stuck his chest out for you is letting you leave a year later. Like, I don't know if you watched any of the in-season Hard Knocks of the Colts. Like, Frank Reich loves Carson Wentz. Like, he loves him like a son. It took back to, like, when the Eagles drafted him, Frank Reich was 100% the reason why they drafted him. Like, he did so much due diligence on him. They both are men of faith, and he loves that kid. So for him to be able to parse with him after 1 year, that is a concern. But at the end of the day, we did it. He's here. He's ours now, and he's better than what we've had, and he's better than what we've seen since Kirk got the bag in Minnesota. So let's ride the Commander Carson Express and let's see where it goes. It has plenty of bumps and curves on the way. Let's see how it goes. Scott Turner showed me something this year.
Yeah, and it kind of leads into my second question, though. There's no leeway for Scott Turner this year. There's no more excuse making for him. He's got a competent quarterback. And I think we saw last year in Indianapolis, a lot of Carson Wentz's success was predicated on Jonathan Taylor and running the football.
Because receivers sucked out there.
Yeah, the receivers were awful. So I think you could, like, Terry McLaurin would be like making up 3 of those guys out there. So you get that. And then you maintain pick 11, which you can either pick somebody there, trade back. I don't know. Maybe get one of those cats from Ohio State, or even stay at 11, get a linebacker. You've got an option, or quarterback. You corner. Yeah. Depending on who's there. If Sauce is there, Stingley's not going to probably be there. He'll probably be gone in the top 5. But I think you didn't back yourself. It smells like panic.
But it's not.
It's not. I think it's the most. I think it was the smartest, safest thing this team could do. And I don't think with everything else, you basically had to force somebody to come here. And this is another question I'll get into you. Anyway, a lot of people say, well, he was getting ready to get released next week. How many people would have jumped on him?
Elsewhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
Neither was Jameis or Mitch.
No. None of them guys were like Jameis might have came because we got seafood. We got pretty good seafood down there, but he might like that gumbo. He might like that gumbo down there in Louisiana a little bit more. That's why he went down there from the jump. But yeah, I look at it. I'm like, I said, the more I think about it, I said, the more I like it. And then I think of that big number, that $28 million hit to the cap. what can they do outside of restructuring Landon Collins if he wants to stay here, right? What other deals do you think they could make with players in the building, or even with Carson Wentz, to get some more relief off that cap?
Listen here, man. Salary cap is cap. It's fake. Yeah. It's fake money. It's monopoly money, guys. If you need it, you'll find a way to get it. The Packers are like $30 million over the cap and have just paid Rodgers the largest contract ever and franchise Devontae Adams. If you need the money, you'll find the money. The money will be made. Like, don't look at that $5 or $6 million of cap that we have right now and say we're hamstrung and we can't make moves in free agency. How many times have we seen teams over the cap go out and get the biggest free agent on the market? You make money happen, and it goes. The cap is rising on an astronomical level right now. It went up $26 million. It went from 180 something to 208 million this year. From 182 to 208 million in 1 year with the TV deal, with everything that's happening. Don't worry about the money. That's the team's problem, man. If you want a player, go get them. And they pull money out of their back pocket and find it. Restructure Collins or cut him. Not everybody needs to be re-signed, and maybe talk to Wentz about restructuring his contract. You may have to add a year onto it, but do what you got to do to free up money. Go holler at Bobby Wagner or Amari Cooper. Go see if you shoot your shot at some good free agents, because while Wentz is here, we need to field the best team possible for him to go out and do something right now.
Right, and this kind of brings up my next question. The quote. Nobody wants to come to Washington. And I agree, but I disagree in everything. When everybody says nobody wants to come to Washington, it's not the fact that they don't want to come to the Commanders. Nobody wants to come to Washington. Like, if you think about this, think about the big four franchises in sports in the D.C. area.
Yep.
Wizards don't get anybody. Kevin Durant was from here. They couldn't lure him away.
At all.
Max Scherzer came here, but you had to overpay, and they're still going to be paying him well into past his retirement age. I think he'll be in the nursing home and still collecting checks.
DC is just not it.
No, it's not it. Like this thing, and anything that the Capitals get, they have to trade for these guys, or they draft them in here. So I think that is my theory. It's not the fact that they don't want to come and play for Snyder or anybody else here in this organization, but it's the fact that they just don't want to come to this area, whether it's Northern Virginia, whether it's Maryland or something. I know what do you think when people always say, hey, nobody wants to come to Washington?
I mean, right now it just feels that way. It just hurts so much because I dreamed so big this offseason.
I know you did.
And poor Ron and Mayhew and them, they tried so hard. We sit 3 firsts up to Seattle, Washington. Russ said, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I want to go to Denver, bro. I want to go play against Herbert, Mahomes, and Carr twice a year over going to your division with Daniel Jones, Jalen Hurts, and Dakota Rain Prescott. That's the life you chose over us, bro. Well, right now, we are the bridesmaid, never the bride, man. Like, that's just what it is. We're going to have to either hit on a draft pick or revive the career of a veteran with upside, and Wentz checks that box.
There you go.
He checks the box because he has the upside. Scott Turner, you have a quarterback with size, athleticism, and arm talent to make every throw on the field. There is no excuse this year.
Yeah, his leash is short. It's shorter than Ron's leash is with the fan base. I think his is like, if they mess up, I think if Wentz throws an interception, it throws 4 touchdowns in week 1. They're like, oh, Scott Turner. That's what people gonna be like with them. Shout out to my boy Micro Mike. What's up, Linda? And let's get in here and talk to some of these people. What's up, Kenny Rogers, Joe Sanders, Armand? What's up, bro? Randy Butler up in the house. Marcus, our guy from Sports View 2. What's up, man?
We got a cowboy.
Anna. Don Wilson, he says no to the PP boys. What's up, Mean Whore? Let's see, Teron Daly, cousin Dwayne up in the house. What's up, Super Chef? How y'all doing? Skins, what's up? Skin them alive. What's up? Good trade, he says. Yeah, I think it's a good trade. I at the end of the day, I'm gonna remain new. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna stay in the mid category. That way, I can save for criticism later on when he sucks, or if he says like, I was right here with him." This tape will not be found after
You
today.
said somebody had some smoke for me about something I said on Twitter, right?
What Dwayne? Address that with Rio up here.
Let's do what I do, bro. What I do.
He said the negativity. All I know is Rio brings immaculate vibes. That's what he always says. Red flags. They're paying him $28 million, and now only they have like $6 million left.
Yeah, man. They make money, man. They make money. Gymnastics happen, man. My money will come tonight. If we want a free agent, we'll have it. Watch.
My boy Micro Mike, best Detroit Lions guy out there. Look, I said golf was gonna make the playoffs with them. So as I feel, I hope y'all make fun of me and it be like work the inverse now. So we'll make it to the playoffs and we'll watch y'all still trying to figure it out there. Freddie Lee says, so much hate for Carson. He was the best quarterback out there, other than Watson. Yeah, you're right there. Let's see. Both of you guys nailed the color scheme for the show. Oh yeah, that's what we do. You know, we had a pre-production meeting that lasted about 30 seconds.
Coordination.
Yes. Colts panicked after the Jags game, beat the Bills. You think had plenty of good quarterbacks? Yeah, Lord have mercy, y'all. Commander, yeah. Commander Lawrence.
I love it. I love it.
Red, what's up? Restructure Allen, Collins, Jackson, give Payne LT deal, and give Flowers a contract. I agree with giving Flowers a contract. They nothing but good things have happened with him.
I cut Landon Collins.
You'd still cut Landon Collins even after. Is it because of durability issues? Where he hasn't finished a complete season the last 2 years now?
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could replace what he gives us at this point. And Cameron Curl needs to be paired with a true free safety, and I'd allocate those assets in the draft and the money that we have to a actual. Give me Quandre Diggs at free safety opposite Cameron Curl, or go get me somebody in the draft. I'm cool because Landon Collins is a linebacker that will not accept that he's a linebacker.
That's true. And I had a problem with him. He's like, well, I'm not really happy. After we win, he's like, yeah, I'm not really happy with where I'm playing, but we won. I get that. You're kind of in that wheelhouse like I am with Brandon Sheriff, right? I said,
get him out of here.
Yeah. That's why I just like, get him out of here. You can find somebody else. The durability is just not there. So let's kind of move off from Carson Wentz here. We'll talk a little bit about the draft and what you like, because I know you're a combine junkie. What cats that you saw could Washington take at 11 this year, just based on the combine and the body work you've seen in the college, in whatever college film you've seen out there? Who should we be on the lookout? May not even be on our radar at 11.
At 11, what I don't want us to do is take a guard. Offensive linemen, just take it off the board. We don't need to take an offensive lineman at 11. The pick should be a corner, a backer, or a receiver. I don't like taking skilled players that high, especially when the class is so deep and we can get great value in the second or third round. But this receiver class is amazing. And if we took one of the Ohio State receivers or Treylon Burks from Arkansas, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But I think the pick at 11 is going to probably be Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley. Whatever one is left on the board if we get there, because we need a true number one corner. We're paying William Jackson number one corner money, not getting number one corner play out of him. I think that or Devin Lloyd, the linebacker out of Utah, like that is what I'm looking at for. It doesn't feel right in my gut to pick an off-ball backer back-to-back years in the first round, but we need it. Like, I'd rather have in a dream world. Like, what's going on, man? Appreciate you, man. In a dream world, we get a Bobby Wagner to come in and be the London Fletcher of this defense and show Jamin Davis and Cole Holcomb how to run things at this linebacker spot. But I'm thinking corner or receiver is going to be the pick at 11. So I'm looking at the Ohio State receivers, the Arkansas receiver Treylon Burke, or Stingley or Sauce Gardner. That's what I'm looking at for 11.
See, I like Nakobe Dean. I like what he did
Georgia
out of Georgia. He gives you that Mike linebacker that you need. He might be a little bit small in stature, but I think that he would give that defense the injection. Because I still on this team, outside of Jonathan Allen, who's your leaders on defense?
That's a great question.
See,
and it should be in your backer room, and it's not.
Right. I mean, even though, like in 2020, you had Thomas Davis there, he didn't play worth a damn, but he was a leader. People, like the players looked up to him, and then you cut somebody like that, you drop, and then you try to replace with Jonathan Bostic. Let's not even get started on that one. But
Bostic, you know what I'm saying? He brings the leadership from a vocal standpoint.
Yes.
But from an actual on the field, not it at all.
Yeah. Whew. So right now, as it stands, so you said either cornerback or wide receiver. I mean, it would be nice, but we never seem to hit on a wide receiver early on in the draft.
We don't, unless the football gods just decided we love Washington and we're going to give you a gift and send Kyle Hamilton to pick 11. That would be a gift like no other. We could finally fill the free safety spot left behind by the late great Sean T. 21. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. It's not happening though. Hamilton's the best player in the draft.
And speaking of Sean Taylor, kind of off of it, what did you think about the announcement that they're going to do for this this memorial project?
Oh, it's dope. Like when Jason was giving us our calls a few months ago, they were talking about the idea of doing a memorial and having fans, so many fans, family, friends, and everybody giving their best Sean Taylor story and stuff, and just having it play on a loop, kind of like an exhibit they have at the African American History Museum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they want to do something like that. I think it's awesome, man. I think it's definitely a good makeup for the hiccup of the retirement of the number. We're not going to talk about that today, but yeah,
right.
It's dope. I think it's dope, and I think it's dope that they can take accountability for messing up. You know, like we effed up, and we're going to do better by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's dope. I think it's really interesting. I'm excited to see where that becomes.
And, you know, I give them credit too, you know, and I was big on the Crest situation and how they kind of worked to get it in, to get it right. They changed it. You know, I know Kevin Sheehan kind of lit into Jason about that and kind of his response to it. And, you know, I don't think it was unwarranted. And I think a lot of things that Kevin can do or say sometimes is unwarranted, but I thought that, you know, they got the message, and within a couple of weeks, it was ready to rock and roll, and it looks good. It looks nice now. I would wear it. I always tell people, I say, hey, I can't wear anything that's factually inaccurate, but you know, if we put us in a champion on this thing, it wouldn't be too well. But so, you know, we kind of scoot over here down, and we kind of revisit to the Carson Wentz conversation. I'll talk win totals with you too. How many more wins, if healthy, Carson Wentz gives this team?
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
Minimum.
Because
Taylor Heineke should have had us at 10 wins last year. Like his limitations cost us a few games. Specifically speaking, the Chiefs, the Packers, and the Saints game. There were so many throws and opportunities left on the field, and it's just different. Like, say what you want. Like, bro, Carson Wentz, 6'6", 237-pound quarterback that can run, move around, make all the throws, and he takes chances. He's not going to sit and dink and dunk and check down you to death. If Scott Turner can't work with that tool bag, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. And although numbers can be deceiving, who the hell are we to scoff at 27 touchdown to 7 interception ratio? Who the hell are we to scoff at?
There you go. And that's what I said too. I was like, what is that? That's like a 4-to-1 ratio in his career, touchdowns to interceptions. You know, and one of our guys that was in the comments, he kind of disagreed with me on the video that I posted earlier. And he said, you know, it's not an upgrade from Heineke. I said, I don't know how you can look, even if you love Taylor Heineke, and this wasn't the Taylor Heineke thing, like it is a significant upgrade from Heineke to Wentz. You just look at how that ball comes out, and if you're throwing a deep ball like that ball, let's talk about this. Let's talk situational. Terry McLaurin against Quandre Diggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Allen could get the ball over the top on him, right?
Yep.
He's not throwing that ball. Carson Wentz not throwing that ball on the inside to him. He's throwing on the outside where Terry McLaurin can get the ball, and we will see that.
And catch it in stride.
Yeah, it's a clear upgrade. And you're not being honest with yourself. I don't even think you're honest with your children or your wives about what you do during the day. If you sit here and tell me that Carson Wentz is not an upgrade from Taylor Heineke, it doesn't make sense. Who are you lying to?
Bro, that Taylor Heineke hive is different, bro.
Yes.
That Taylor Heineke hive moves different, man.
Yes. The honey's gone sour, bro.
They be making up production that did not happen, man. I'm like, listen, bro. Like, we can't even compare them the same. Like, Wentz and Heineke are like the same age, but don't it feel like Heineke like 7 years younger because he's done nothing in his career?
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. He's done nothing. He's been on more teams.
He's been on the couch.
Yes.
He's been in the other leagues.
What was he? Hell, Jordan Tayama was starting in front of him when he was a battle hawk. That would have been a good name for this team, but we won't talk about that. We talk about that.
You mean we are the commanders?
Commanders, right? We are commanders. Oh God, Rally Camp gonna get us in trouble here today, man. Oh gosh. So I mean, I even had the question of like Jordan Love, right? I was thinking about like what would Jordan Love look like here?
I don't even know what he looks like in general.
That's true. I don't think Aaron Rodgers knows what he looks like. What you think about that? Aaron Rodgers getting the bag out there in Green Bay.
Rodgers is the ultimate master manipulator. Like he's the Tinder swindler of the NFL. Have you watched the Tinder Swindler on Netflix?
No, I have not.
Please do. Please do. It is hilarious. I'm talking this dude was meeting chicks on Tinder and 2 weeks later having them send him $100,000 because his enemies were after him. But he's the master manipulator. He put this all into motion and it all went exactly according to plan. And it ended with him getting $50 million a year despite the Packers having no money.
Oh my God. See, that's why I like people. And like I think people don't understand when I talk about this. I was just like, yeah, I said that was a good use of money right there, getting Aaron Rodgers when you have other problems on the team. Yeah, he earned that. He deserves that money, but at the risk of your team and building and whatever. And let's be honest with you, they have had 2 consecutive disappointing exits after being number 1 in the NFC the last 2 years. This one was probably the most embarrassing one. Losing to San Francisco because he can't solve the 49ers, no matter whoever the coach is.
And he lost off a block punt.
Exactly. They scored nothing offensively. You lost to a quarterback who a lot of people wanted here, who did nothing.
Nothing.
You get nothing. You get nothing, sir. It's done for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what were you thinking about the Jimmy Gers?
Jimmy G lived his whole life on the Niners on autopilot. He didn't do anything. Like I'll be trying to walk people down Jimmy G's career path. Pull up Jimmy G's stats. This man in 8 years has played 2 seasons. And in those 2 seasons, he had 27 touchdowns and 20. He never threw for 10 touchdowns for another time in his career. He has no production. He has swindled the entire league to pay him $140 million because he's handsome. Because he's the George Clooney of the NFL, but without talent. He's without talent. He's driving the plane that's driving itself. He does nothing. He's in a perfect situation, and everything has to be perfect for him to produce. He doesn't do anything. I wouldn't report to that.
Whew.
He didn't want us.
He did not want us, no matter what he had there. Shout out to Alexander Wilson for the super chat. He says Drake London at 11. I actually heard that on Medhurst and Russell. Shout out to Chris Russell. I knew he lost his stepmom earlier this week. So
my guy Rooster.
Yes. Dub. Oh, what's up, Dubs? How you doing? Yes, sir. Rio speaking facts. That's what Kenny Rogers said. Anderson smashed that like button.
Hey.
Dubs, what do you think about Wentz? That's because they have WJ3 playing zone. He's a man corner. Man, I was looking forward to them. I said, hell, they might as well spend some money on JC Jackson. I always like how that dude played tough.
Oh, he's a baller. He's a baller.
I said, God, said, we got cap space. I was like, just throw the bag at this cat. Because just the way he did, like, I remember, what was it? It was in 2020, I think. And the way he shut down the Ravens, he single-handedly beat the Ravens that year on Sunday night.
Hell yeah.
I was like, give me that guy. He's a body of a safety, but he plays like a corner. He's a corner. I'm like, give me that cat.
Pickens round 2. Hell yeah. I like that, Cedric.
Yeah, he's a big Georgia fan too. So he's a Falcons fan, which hey man, let's talk about this too, and then I'm gonna get into your free agency things.
Parlay Poppy? We talk about Parlay Poppy?
That's right. You know where we're going. We're going like this way. The pick is in, and I got plus 1,500 on this. Would be an excellent segment there. That damn Calvin Ridley, boys. Like, what did he say? He said, "I'll put $1,500 on it."
Yo, they gotta take that man's phone. They gotta take his phone away from him, bro.
He's like, give me the burn. He's like, get a burner. So I don't have no gambling problem. When you say you don't have a problem, that's like a fat boy, a la me, say I don't have an eating problem when I go to the buffet. Like, yes, sir. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. But you have a gambling problem, brother. And just because, like, I asked this on Twitter and nobody wanted to respond to me because they're like, "Ooh, Sanchez." He probably like, "Ooh, he making jokes now." I'm like, was mental health the name of the horse he was running? That's what I was want to know. Is that when he stepped away? Did he go up to Churchill Downs and was like, "Give me 1,500 on mental health"?
Hey, my man told the organization, I need the rest of the season to get my head right just to get some 7-leg parlays off. That's
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he was betting on Falcons games too.
And you know, and in his like Falcons game, could you find somebody else to bet on? Could you bet on somebody? College football? Bet on Alabama. He had it on his phone. I don't know if he was doing like, I
don't really think he was doing it under an alias. I think he was doing it under his own name.
Yes, he was doing it under his own name. He probably had, it was probably like, Calvin. It's like ridley.c@atlfalcons.com. Oh, well, they just made a bet for the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, in the first half. Oh, to go under. Oh, gotcha. Oh, well, Calvin Ridley. Oh, he probably told somebody to drop it. Like, did you not think that this was going to happen? But in all seriousness though, with all that being said, he wasn't on the team. A year sounds kind of stiff to me.
It does, but it shows you where the league's priorities are, because we ain't even heard about the Dolphins' accusations of tanking games. And look at our owner. Our owner been moonwalking out of allegations for the last 3 years. So,
oh Lord, Michael Jackson up in the house. He. Yeah, I mean, he been. Yeah. I don't, like I said. You know, you look at it. Adrian Peterson beating up women, beating up kids. He didn't. I think he got suspended a couple of games. Josh Brown, the kicker for the Giants, was beating his wife up. Had a report of it the week before he was going to kick in a game, although he hasn't played it. But the fact that the NFL knew and he was getting ready to kick in the game and they didn't do anything until the media found out about it. Like, what are you like? Gambling is a bigger sin than domestic violence. Like what? Like where are y'all?
Because they can't control it. You know what I'm saying? We about to suspend you for a year for gambling, and this was brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. That's how the NFL operates, man. It's crazy. It's kind of like how weed was legal in so many places because the government couldn't control how it's being monetized. You know, this is all like it's wild, man. It's a wild league we win in. But I'm gonna need you to take your ass into a sports book in person and bet next time, Calvin Ridley, or have a fall guy do your betting for you. I don't need to see Calvin Ridley 18 on FanDuel Sportsbook.
Like I said, bro, youngin', I was just like, dude, why? I said, dude, what? I said, I couldn't read this. I said, am I reading this right? I said, he was betting on game. Like, do you see what they did? Do you see what baseball did? Baseball can't get anything right now.
At all.
But Pete Rose was betting on games. They don't deal with that dude. They act like he done had COVID since 2 years ago. They don't touch him.
That's crazy.
Like, why would you like think about that? But then, I will say, I talked to a couple people and they were like, hey, they was like, well, if you got some mental health issue, you don't think you have them or you're dealing with them. And then that kind of is the rolling factor there. So, in all seriousness, I hope the brother if he needs the help, I hope the young brother gets the help that he needs.
Mental health is wealth, man. I take it very serious. I've dealt with mental health issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all have.
Don't use that though as your reasoning for doing some dumb shit, though. I don't like that.
Because you got people out here who already think mental health is a joke, and if you use it like that and use it as your shield, they will. That you still give those people. You give those people that power, man. And I also wanted to talk to you about this because you've had a very unique opinion about this compared to a lot of other people out here. I've always preached patience with Ron. I think that he's here for a while more than the fans think he's going to be.
Me too.
How long do you think his leash actually is in Washington?
I think it's long. I think because he's more than a coach here. He wears a lot of hats for the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Like a case like fan perception and Twitter fodder does not affect his. Like, remember how he got a 5-year contract? We never saw the terms of it. I think there's a reason for that. He wears a lot of hats for this organization. He hired all the front office people that comes with his leash is long. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get at least 6 years here. He's going to get at least 6-7 years here because he's the face of the rebrand and he's the respectable face that could take all the bullets for Dan Snyder, him and Jason Wright. His leash is long as hell. Fans can say what they want to. He's not going anywhere unless it catastrophically goes off the rails and we go 2-15 a couple times. He's not going anywhere. Ron's leash is long here.
Yeah, I think that people got to think about this too. I mean, he's probably off to one of the better starts that a Dan Snyder coach has had,
despite all the constant circus here.
Yes, the constant and the constant bullshittery, as I like to call it, because it's not. If it's one thing after another with this team. And the only thing, and I don't think people realize this, the man's got a job to do, and he's got to work in the context of his contract. Sometimes he's going out there seeing stuff he might not even believe. That's the thing.
Yep.
Because he's got a job to do. Now, do I think he wears too many hats? Yeah, I do think he may wear too many hats.
A little bit too much dip on his chip.
Yeah, he's got too much. Like, I'm like, Ron, like GM Ron, head coach Ron, official chaplain Ron, Dr. Ron,
stadium development Ron.
Yeah, stadium development Ron, team vice president Ron, in charge of the name. Oh my gosh! I mean, like Ron, you're doing too much. Just be a football coach and give let Natalia run all that stuff if you got to. That's what you got her there for. So let her go and do a lot of that stuff. But Rio, I say, I look at free agency and a lot of people talk about Amari Cooper. Who are a couple of guys you got your eyes on, even with this $6 million? We'll say this.
This cap deficit that we're currently in.
Who could Washington add that could get this team back into the division race, maybe and even back into the playoffs?
I would love to have Bobby Wagner, like I said earlier, but ultimately he's going to go to a contender. I would go get the linebacker Foye Oluokun from the Falcons.
Atlanta, yeah,
number 54. He's a boss. Like this dude tackles everything. He could cover. He's a very good all-around linebacker. He's somebody I would target. If I would shoot my shot at an Amari Cooper, we were the only other team he negotiated with when he signed his long-term deal with Dallas. Allen Robinson, I shoot my shot at him. But if I can't get one of those guys, give me a DJ Chark. Give me a 6'4", receiver with a 4.3 speed to go opposite Terry. So you don't get any confusion of who the number one receiver is. It's still Terry, put Chark on the other side, and hopefully Curtis sideline Samuel can join the bunch and play football next year.
That's not his name. That's not his name. It's Paul Richardson. It's Paul Richardson
okay,
Jr.
Side field Samuel. There we go.
Yeah. It's Paul. It's Paul Richardson.
So I'm shooting at a receiver, a backer, and free safety. Marcus Williams would be nice. He's going to get a bag somewhere. I'll take a tier down and shoot for Quandre Diggs out of Seattle as a free safety. Solid dude in coverage, single high guy, pure free safety, no tweener, because we got enough tweeners. A pure free safety is needed. So I'd go linebacker Fourier, receiver DJ Chark, and Quandre Diggs if we can't get the top at the position for those.
Shout out to Paulie Efron. F-U-2 Paulie. Yeah, what's up, Pro Tech? What's going on?
Yo, what's good, Tony?
Yeah, what's up? True mental
What
health ain't no
King? What's up? That's my guy.
Outlaw King, that's right. John Lynch down to 757. That's Outlaw
boy,
King.
Terry,
right,
Freedom High School. Terry, what's popping, my guy?
Oh God, where's old Freedom? Where them Freedom Sheagles at? I don't see it.
Terry, my boy Jay Terry. That's 703 right there.
Oh,
that's
okay.
The Freedom right there.
Them Freedom Sheagles, I got you. Them Freedom Sheagles, yeah, we got you. Yeah, ripping off the Philadelphia F-U. He said F-U real. That's all love from Paulie. So
F-U too, Paulie.
Yeah, Willie B. He said get Willie Beeman. Kyle Vander Esch. We think about that.
His injury history scares the hell out of me.
Okay.
We don't even have a head trainer right now because Heisenberg is still under investigation.
It's time to cook, Jesse. Is it not the most Washington thing to happen?
Bro, we gotta be on Hard Knocks this year.
Like we do. Oh God, you can't, dude. We got to, but we can't be on Hard Knocks. Do you understand? Like the complete and utter bullshit that will go on. They were like, could you imagine being the guys who edit Hard Knocks? It's like, damn, we can't use that shit.
They have to extend the episodes. We have to get like 2 hours. We've been like a full ass movie every week, bro.
There's Dan. He's watching the entertainment team. He's like, send out the dudes now. Send them out. Send them out now. Send them out. Okay, there we go. Oh, he's like, oh, yeah, what's going on? They have that. Let me stop. Oh, man. They be like, what about, oh, man. Let's see here. I'm all the way at the bottom. He Shark agreed. Another running back. Who could you see as a running back coming here?
Oh, that's a good one. Let me see. Who's on the free agent market? Oh, no, there's a running back I had in mind. Hold on. I had it. Give it to me. Who's the running backs? What running backs are available? Because I'll know if I see it.
Let me see here.
Honestly, it's going to be J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson. And
they get a deal done? They get a deal done with McKissick?
Yeah, I think J.D. because J.D. means a lot to the offense. Christian McCaffrey, no, sir. I want no parts of that trade. That's
a waste.
I don't like paying running backs that type of freight because running backs are a position that you should just run the tread off and then get new tires every rookie contract.
Yeah, they're like, you don't go. It's like going into a car dealership with running backs. You go for lease. You don't go to pay that 7-year payment on the. Bro, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's take a look at free agent.
I don't think I want a free agent running back. Throw another young guy in there. Let him compete with Jared Patterson to be running back 3.
That might be. I think that could be your number 2 running back right there. Is Jared Patterson?
Well,
the way he played against he played against Philadelphia last year. Mm-hmm. So, here we go. If you don't get J.D. McKissick back, and there might be Cordell Patterson could be a guy you could go out there and get. Does many things. He does that position flex that Ron's all big on.
Position flex. He balled out last year.
Mm-hmm. Sony Michel could be another guy that you could look at too. Let's see here.
I'd allocate my funds elsewhere. I wouldn't spend on the running back position. Me personally, I'm cool. Other than JD, I'm cool.
PFF has him ranked as free agent 189. But we did see, and you talk about JD McKissick. We saw that dump off on that offense after he lost. We only won 2 games. I really don't even count the Giants game as a win because
that shit wasn't even a game.
Yeah. We were sitting here watching the game, and then I was like, oh, wow, we won the ball games, guys. So, like, but what JD did against the Seahawks, then he got hurt. The Raiders, you playing off that adrenaline, I think, just because of the short week. After that, the bottom fell out. You took on back-to-back playoff teams in Dallas and Philadelphia.
Big L's.
And you couldn't get anything going. So I think, and I told people this last year going into 2021, J.D. McKissic was the best free agent pickup that they had, and it wasn't even close.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And what I mean, so as far as, we kind of look into 2022 before we get ready to wrap this up, man. What in the world are we going to do with Terry?
Well, if I was Terry, I'd wait though. Like,
right.
I think the team is ready to get him signed to an extension. If I was Terry, I'd sit back and say, let me see what my chemistry looks like with Carson Wentz, and let's let all these receivers from my class set the market for me, and I can tell the team that I need this. I need this right. You see that right there? I need it. Give it to me. Debo, DK, AJ Brown, let them guys set the market for the receivers in his class. But I know he ready for a payday. Remember, he was picked in the 3rd round. Dude making like $850,000 this year. I know he's ready to see that $20 million paycheck a year. You
ain't lying. T. Roberts asked too, what about the Honey Badger? Too much money?
Oh, I forgot all about the Honey Badger. It might be too much money, but he's definitely someone that should be on our, like him and Bobby Wagner. We should already be trying to see what's the terms looking like for him.
I like Honey Badger. And
I
think the dude plays. He's small, but he plays like he's that true safety. And something we have not been able to get there. Why can we not, for the love of us, get this safety spot right? We haven't. And let's be honest, we haven't had a safety that was half of Sean's talent.
Yep, not even half. And like, I think Honey Badger is going to go to a contender, but if you'd consider us, absolutely.
Christian McCaffrey, we talked about that. Now I wanted them here. Bro, we just spent all our free agency money on an injury-prone, reckless 30-year quarterback.
He hasn't been injured in a couple years. He's not 30 yet, and we still have money. And don't worry about the salary cap. That's what I'd say to that.
Yep. I mean, hell, what did the Saints do last year with Taysom Hill? They gave like $140 million
because the NFL is full of monopoly money. It's all funny money, bro. If you want cap space, make a phone call, cut a check for some fake money, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can do whatever you want. It's your world.
That's right. You just got it's accountants. It's like, how you think these billionaires don't pay taxes half the time? Creative accounting, or they call it a charitable donation. Let's get that going up. Jay Terry, my guy up in here. That's the Jay Terry you were talking about. He was damn near was the offensive MVP. What about Phillip Lindsay? Pay that man. Put the franchise tag. I'm glad we did not use the franchise tag this year on there. And let's see here. Martin Matthews asks, hey guys, both of you have awesome content on your shows. Love to watch. What do you think about drafting Jay Winston?
I think he meant signing Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Asking.
I hope that's what you mean there, Martin. I appreciate the super chat. I mean, it's no point in going after him now.
Yeah. I would have been okay with him, and Wentz would have been the best 2 options out of what's realistic for us.
Let's see here. SSX Tricky says today made me realize we are tanking for QB this year.
That's incorrect, sir.
Yeah, I don't think you do that if you're going to tank it. Carson Wentz isn't the right choice.
Honey now. He said
honey gerbil. That's one thing I love about Paulie. Paulie's like he yells all the time and he types in capitals. So he's just saying that he's probably like, Honey Badger, Honey Gerbil, like this is like he's like He's like Dave Chappelle in the Samuel Jackson thing. He's like, no, this is my voice. I can't stop talking. This is how I speak. So let me see. I have one more.
Burn in hell.
Hell, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. I have to ask you about your guy though, because I was going to ask about him last night. Malik Willis. You've been big on the Malik Willis trade. I don't trust anything that comes out of Liberty, so I need you to convince me why this guy is going to be the truth.
Because he has good mental makeup. Like, don't just look at a black quarterback wearing 7 and say that's Dwayne Haskins, man. This dude wants to be good. This dude is coachable, and he has the tools, man. I hope somebody like Pittsburgh gets their hands on Malik Willis and just flourishes with him. I hope he doesn't go to like Detroit. I hope he gets to like the Saints or the Steelers, a good franchise, and becomes exactly what I envision he can be. His arm is insane. He can run for days. He can run you over. He's built like a Mack truck. I see his tool bag being something that works in today's league. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at the school he's going to. I'm not scouting the helmet. I think him and Kenny Pickett can both be really legit quarterbacks.
I feel like with Kenny Pickett, the small hands thing, I think that's just been something that kind of like the media has kind of blown out of proportion.
His hands are dumb small though.
Right. I mean, he got the strong hand. That's all
he looks like Mickey Mouse dropping back with 2 white gloves on. Like, he looks nuts. He looks like we're watching the Goofy movie.
Gosh, fellas, I just scored a touchdown.
But no, Kenny Pickett nice though. He's gonna be good.
Yeah, I see him, and this is the guy that I really had more concerned about because he had very pedestrian numbers throughout his career at Pittsburgh, and then he kind of flipped the switch.
Hey, he was ass before this year,
right? And that's what I'm like. I said, is he really the guy y'all think he is? And then the narrative is he's the most pro ready.
I hate that term too.
I hate that too, and I'm gonna tell you why I hate that term. Is the fact that I feel like if you're more pro ready, you don't have any room to grow. Right? Mm-hmm. Like to me, if you're saying, well, this guy is the most pro ready, he's at his ceiling. Why in the ham sandwich would I want to get a quarterback that's reached his ceiling
and capped
at
out
the age of 23?
Like, he's old. He's gonna be an old ass rookie too. He's gonna be 24 his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think Burrow 25.
Yeah.
He got the maturity though. He played there 5. I think he's been there 5 years, right? Yeah, so he had that red shirt year, and then so I don't know. We'll see what I don't know if this quarterback draft is that great. I feel like it gives me vibes of 2013 when it was just EJ Manuel. It was 2013, 2014, one of them years.
It was 2013.
I just think that I don't know, man. These quarterbacks, they don't ring out to me. Matt Corral.
We don't appear to be in the market for him anymore.
No, we don't. I think this would be perfect. Some people think it'd be moronic to draft a quarterback. Why not draft? And here we go. Desmond Ritter in the second round, late in the second round. Pick him up. He can sit behind Carson Wentz. He can sit behind Taylor Heineke. He doesn't. You don't have to worry about it. He sits there and he sharpens his iron. Remember what Patrick Mahomes was? The Chiefs traded up into the top 10 for him. People thought they were crazy. He sat behind Alex Smith, and then Andy Reid said, "Who can I make a sucker out of again?" Oh, Washington. They still got Allen there. Let's trade him there. So that's what they did. They haven't had a problem since. They got a Super Bowl and Jackson Mahomes TikTok and 2 AFC championships now. So I mean, that's where I kind of come at with that. I'm like,
we would have to know the coach's thinking too, because they could be all the way out on this class. Because you don't want to believe too much of what you hear around the draft pundit world, but a lot of them are coming out and saying things to McShay like, "This is not the year. Wait for next year." There's a lot of people like, if you don't get the top guy or two in this class, just wait for next year.
Yep.
So we may just be spending this class to just build around Carson Wentz, give him his 1-year audition trial. If it doesn't work, cut bait. If it does, good job. We got lucky. We hit on a quarterback.
There you go. I mean, you either got what did they say? You got the short end of the stick, or you got it to where you can extend it out later on. You never know. And maybe Carson, if he does well, maybe he re-ups here in Washington. We don't know. Tommy Rice says, "What's up, bro? What do you think about this trade? Do you think we still draft a quarterback in the first round?" Kind of recap what we said, Tommy. I'm more mad on it. Rio likes it. Rio's over here, actually. Rio likes it. And I still think you could still, not in the first round. I think in day 2, day 3, you could draft a quarterback. You can get a Bailey Zapp at that point. Hey, I think if he's what he is, or Carson Strong with the strong knees that he doesn't have, I mean,
it does not at all.
So maybe you build that offensive line. Gunner says these quarters are like
Bruce. That's a little Italian dude. He was hilarious. Yeah.
That was the one who was hitting on Tracy Morgan. That's what I called Zeke the first time around here. He's just like, oh man, QB market is like gas. You ain't kidding there. That's a good one. And Roger Smith, the effervescent pessimist that he is, we are screwed. He's my guy, but he is always.
I promise you guys, there's better ways to live than to just hate everything.
Yeah,
just let it happen, man.
Cottage cheese and nail sandwiches for our old guys who just like. And I tell you, if you want to listen to Piss and Vinegar and Venom, you got to listen to Team 9A. I cannot wait to listen to my boy Travis Thomas tomorrow, and because these people are going to go the hell off tomorrow. Like these OGs. What did your pops think when he heard that? What did Pops Robinson think?
Oh, of Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I ain't mad at that, man. I'm just glad he was like, I'm glad they ain't go get Teddy Bridgewater." I was like, "Thank you, Dad." I was like, "Thank you, Pop." Like, bro, we could have went and got a dude to give us 100 yards and a touchdown every 4 weeks.
Oh, Teddy Two Gloves. He'd be like that, and they got a concussion. He'd be like, I don't know, man. But shoot, it's more to be seen. We got next week at the free agency, Rapalooza. Hey. Last year, and this is the great thing, though, I love about this. You don't have to convince me of what Carson Wentz has done in his career. People were literally outside. Remember the Heineke hive, the Fitzpatrick hive.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Woo! People threw and I think the most ridiculous stat in sports is the QBR. They're like, well, he had a high QBR. First of all, that's an ESPN metric.
Yes, it's a TV station metric.
They made it up because they did not like the quarterback rating. Thank you. And people are like, oh, he's got the QBR. I said, they made that up in 2006, family. That's not, you go back and see that. It's
honestly, advanced analytics, it's cool in principle, but a lot of that shit is so annoying. He is the first quarterback to throw for 300 yards on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Fam. What we
doing, under a crescent moon. All Sunday night.
Fam, what are we talking about?
If the wind blows at 3 miles per hour, he's 3 and 6.
He doesn't like to throw to his left at 114 or before.
Ask Brandon Staley how those analytics are working out for him in his playoff. Oh, wait a minute. We'll pause on that one. Alexander Wilson, my guy, he's got a question for. Cam said if Pickett falls to 11, they would still take him with Wentz. And if not, they will take one in the second round. So Ritter or Strong.
I say Ritter or Howell, not Strong. I don't see Strong being a consideration.
I just think what they're trying to do, and we saw this with Norv, those quarterbacks that he had, they weren't fast, but they were fleet of foot back in the 90s.
Because he has a protoplasmic knee.
Exactly. And I mean, the condition with his knee, people make fun of Kenny Pickett's hands.
It's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
His knees, Carson Strong's knees are alarm. There's an issue that is very alarming with those knees. Yeah, they're literally going to have to infuse animanium up in him. You're going to have to call Professor X and Wolverine to get his knees right in that situation. This is not Ron's last year unless you go 0-17.
Yo,
I hate to tell you.
SSX Tricky, that was a great video game, but you're bugging, bro.
We
Get
have
your
$2
shit
million.
off. Grieve however you need to, man. Get your shit off.
We have $2 million because of Wentz. Hey, but if we have a playoff win or a playoff appearance because of Wentz, I think at the end of the day, it's gonna work out for it. But Rio, we getting ready to wrap this thing up. You got anything that you want to plug for the people?
Hey man, I'm about to go knock out. As soon as I finish here, I'm about to go knock out a group pod with my boys Tay and Todd from the Tay and Todd pod, my boy Jalen, my boy Alex. We better get our group pod going. And hit me and check the link in the description on my channel, BetUS. If you're going to go put some money down and get your Calvin Ridley on, use my link and use code JOIN125.
Hold on. I got a call from Atlanta. What's that? What's that? Pluck Falcons. Gotcha. Falcons. Who y'all got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Put that as the sixth leg in the parlay.
Gotcha. Got the sixth leg. What about the Hawks? How they doing? Okay, gotcha. We got it all done there.
Hell yeah. Rambling with Rio _Robinson 91. You see it in the description, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you, brother. And y'all make sure you go check him out. But for Rio Robinson, y'all can click on the link and it'll take you right to his channel. The god of the podcasters here. Appreciate him coming on. And we'll see you next week. And any videos in between, y'all make sure you check it out. Remember, just like Calvin Ridley, always bet on yourself and bet on your team and keep that same energy. We outlast the bastards together. Sanchez 405 for Rio Robinson. Y'all, we out of here. Love, peace, and hell. Appreciate all of y'all who came through here. Thank you so much. I didn't get to everybody because the comments were flowing because of our guest. So we'll blame that on him. But I appreciate all of y'all in here. Till the next time, y'all. Love, peace, and hell. And we are out.